Pricing can make or break your business. Today I will show you what pricing strategies you can use to grow your company. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Erkka Suvanto. Many of you call me EJ. I'm here to help you grow your business. Today I will walk you through 3 common pricing strategies: fixed, variable, and hybrid. I will show you what they truly are, their pros and cons, and show you some real-life examples so you can figure out what works best for your business. Let's get started. First model to look at is fixed pricing. Examples of this in the marketplace would be your gym membership, your Netflix payment every month, or for instance your Microsoft Office subscription. What's typical for this pricing model is that the fee stays the same regardless of the usage. If you think about your gym membership, many might wonder, how come they're able to offer that for such an affordable price? It's based on the fact that roughly 67% of all gym memberships go unused after a couple of months. On average, trainer visits the gym only once or twice per week. So that's one of the big cons of the model for the seller, because the price and the complexity are not the same. It would be a completely different ball game if the average trainer visited the gym 5 times a week. It would be more crowded, there would be a lot more bureaucracy, there would be a lot more complexity for the business owner, and the price would be completely different. Other pros and cons regarding this fixed model: it's very predictable for both the buyer and the seller, so you can plan far into the future. It's easy to budget. About the cons, we already mentioned that the price and the complexity don't really match. And then the more you use, this fee remains the same. So pricing doesn't reflect the usage of the model. The second model is variable pricing, where pricing changes based on the usage of the product or the service. It could be the number of units, visitors, features used, and so forth. A good example of this is your Visa or MasterCard processing fee, or your PayPal. They charge a percentage of each and every transaction. Another example would be your Dropbox or any other software as a service product or service that you buy from the marketplace. So these are also priced based on the number of users, for instance. So percentage, usually in this case, number of units, visits, or users could be used as the measuring stick. From the seller's perspective, the pricing model is very fair because the complexity is considered. This is the exact opposite of the fixed model we just covered. From the buyer's viewpoint, it's easy to start because you don't have any upfront costs, and the costs, they grow at the same time when your business grows. So that is taken into consideration. What about cons? From the buyer's viewpoint, there are really no savings as you scale. So the costs keep climbing up as you grow your business. Whereas in the fixed model, which we just covered, the cost base stays the same. And then from the seller's perspective, it's harder to plan and predict growth when you don't really know how much your clients are growing their business. The third model is hybrid pricing, which combines fixed and variable elements. This is popular with Amazon Web Services and telecom companies, for instance. With this model, you have a fixed and a variable portion. Usually your monthly fee just covers the basics, and then the additional usage, whether it's minutes or data, is charged separately. This is oftentimes easier for the seller to sell because the buyers oftentimes only look at that fixed portion, which can look very attractive. And there's a clear upsell opportunity for the seller as well, as you can charge more when your customer grows. For the buyer, there's a definite downside because this could feel like your cost base just keeps growing as your business grows all the time. And there's potential frustration as the so-called hidden fees, which you didn't necessarily understand in the beginning, are there when you grow your business. Next, let's look at some of the disruptive pricing models in the marketplace and how you can apply these same strategies and grow your business. First, Netflix. We all know this online streaming service. But many of you might not know that Netflix started in 1997, and in 1999 they launched their unlimited DVD rental service for $15.95 in the US. They competed against Blockbuster, which was the incumbent, the player in the marketplace that had a variable pricing model, meaning you walked into their brick and mortar store and you rented movies and you were charged according to how many you took. Netflix completely changed that, revolutionized the game, And then in 2007, they launched the online service, which is now the world famous platform that pretty much everybody is using. What about something that's completely opposite? Adobe Creative Cloud was something that started as a fixed pricing model. But the problem with that expensive license was that they were not able to attract those small businesses, those creative people who couldn't afford that expensive license. So they flipped that around and started offering the variable model. And now the small businesses and the creative people who couldn't afford to buy that expensive license were able to start using their service. And as a result, they grew their business by millions of users. My client, I work with this SaaS company, software as a service company, that has this unique product in the marketplace. What I would argue is probably the best out there in their very small niche. The problem seems to be that all of their competitors are using hybrid model. And even though this particular company has the best product and we want their pricing to be higher than everybody else's to reflect the value add, but we still want to make sure that we are not artificially seen as somebody who's way overpriced. So now we'll be changing the pricing model from fixed to hybrid, and actually as a result show that when we compare apples to apples, we're actually comparable to the competition with a unique feature set and a much better product. So the key lesson out of the third option here is to understand what everybody else does. You don't need to copy their model as long as you can justify your value add. And sometimes it's enough that you just show the numbers, comparing apples to apples, so that you provide all the information to the buyer so that they can make that informed decision. Today we talked about 3 different pricing models: fixed, variable, and hybrid. In a nutshell, fixed pricing offers the highest level of predictability, and usually the larger corporations prefer that for budgeting and predictability reasons. The smaller companies prefer variable pricing because that allows them to get started and they don't mind in the beginning that their costs keep climbing up when their business grows. And hybrid usually appeals to both, but it offers the greatest level of flexibility. Which model are you using? Have you considered changing your pricing model to gain that competitive edge that nobody else has? Let me know in comments. I would be interested in hearing. This was my quick tip video of today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please subscribe to my channel and hit the like button. I would highly appreciate that. Thank you for watching, and until next time.